Hello, I'm Day Day, and today I'm going to talk about the grandfather paradox. So let's get into it. So the grandfather paradox is basically when your grandfather met your grandmother, then your grandfather and your grandmother made your father, then your father met your mother, then they made you. Then you decided to make a time machine. You go in the time machine to the time where your grandfather and your grandmother were meeting. Then you prevented that from ever happening. Then what would happen to you? I know, it's very confusing. Here's what I think would happen. Rather, it makes an entire other universe, or it's physically impossible to do that, or you immediately die. And then for the last one, we have you're stuck in time forever. And now let's go over the stuff that we have already talked about and think about it. You make a whole nother universe. I think this one's a little bit weird because then that means that there's a multiverse, and the chance of there being a multiverse is extremely rare. Because if you do one random thing in the past, that could go into the future too, right? Well, yeah, but and then also, what if we have branching timelines, which is very unthinkable and very complicated to think about, and we only think there was one Big Bangs out there. So, what I think is that there's only one universe, and this is dog crap. But we have 3 more to go, so let's do it. Next, we have you physically cannot do it. I think this one's a little bit weird, but and then also it's the best one we have yet because if you technically, if you change the past, then that's going to have to change the future, right? But then how are you supposed to go back into the past if you do that? It's very complicated. Next, we have you die immediately. This is the second best, and then also, if you die, then how are you supposed to create the time machine? Like back to the second option. If you die, then how are you supposed to create the time machine to go into the past and prevent your grandparents from ever meeting? But let's look at the last one and see what we think. And for the last one, we have you're stuck in time forever. Genuinely not freaking possible. I do not think this is possible in the slightest. I hate it, and I literally do not know why. But in the end, I actually think that there is no branching timelines. Something doesn't happen to you. I think time corrects itself. Once you do that, then they find each other another way instead of that timeline. So time, when it's changed the future, it corrects it. So that's just my theory. Well, that wraps that up. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Subscribe, please.